Hi guys, it's Sandra here from Create in Spain, and today I'm going to give you a close-up and personal look of my UV lamp. Now, lots of people interested in the stamp making have said, what lamp do you use, etc, etc. Now, this was an unbranded lamp I bought about 4 years ago from Amazon, and it comes with these sorts of UV light bulbs, okay? That's what it naturally came with. Now, it turned out that I used these for a while, replaced them, and then my husband suggested, why don't you use UV LED lamps? I said, are there such things? And I swapped over, but more about that in a minute. But anyway, this is a close-up look of my lamp. It has some timers on it, which, to be honest, I really don't use. I just use a normal digital timer, a separate one. But the reason I'm giving you this close-up and personal look at my lamp, because it is now in bits. Yeah, my lamp has finally given up on me. It's gone to that great lamp place in the sky. My husband, being an electronics engineer, took it apart to check what was the problem, and it appears that it's the circuit board which is gone. So one of the circuit boards, I don't know which one it was, I didn't ask him, and therefore I'm going to be getting a new lamp. But I wanted to show you the type of bulbs that I use. This is the type of bulb that I use these days. Now, the bulbs are still working fine. I've had these for about 18 months, I think. They are still as good as the day they were put in. But they have a particular feature which you need to know about. This bit here turns. Okay. And this enables me to turn the lamp inside the casing so that it faces outwards. So if I bring this here, my light bulbs face out towards these edges. There are 4 of them for the lamp, and they all face outwards. Why did I put them in facing outwards? Quite simply, if I put all these facing inwards, the curing time on a stamp is so short that you are likely to overcure anything you put in it. It is just ridiculously short. 1 second over or under can mean an overcooked or undercooked stamp. It is that drastic. So turning it to the outside provides a much better light source to cure the stamps. I'm expecting another lamp in a couple of days, and all being well, I will simply swap out the bulbs it's going to come with, i.e. these, and fit these in. Now, a lot of people have said, oh, those LED lamp bulbs are A, expensive and not as easy to get as these. I agree with you. They are relatively expensive and they're not as easy to get. You can find them if you look. You have to do a bit of dedicated searching, but you can find them online, as I did. I'm not going to give you a link because the links change, so there is very little point. But these bulbs, although they are comparatively cheap, have some problems. A light bulb like this, a normal UV light bulb, needs warming up time. But when it gets warming up time, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter as you use it. So if, for example, you're curing a stamp at the beginning of the day and you decide, right, I'm gonna have a morning of stamp making or something, or an afternoon stamp making. So you start off and your curing time is one time. By the end of the morning, it's completely different. When they're new, they work much, much better than when they're older. And I found, even with my relatively moderate use of these, I had to change them out about every 3 months. And that usually meant changing out all the bulbs, or changing out 2 of them and rotating and hoping for the best. But to be honest, I found that I generally had to change out all the bulbs because then I knew they were all on the same level and I wasn't going to get an undercooked edge or an overcooked middle if I got my timings right. But that is why I swapped from these to these. As I said to you previously, these are as good as the day I put them in 18 months ago. They do not need warming up time. They do not vary in their performance, and they do a very good job. Now, I grant you, these I think cost somewhere in the region, when I bought them, of about €10 each, or something like 6, or I don't know, maybe between 6 and €10 each. But considering I've still got these in 18 months later, it's a better option than that, and it's more reliable. It's just better. Okay. So if you are into your stamp making and you're still using these, and you want to continue stamp making, I would suggest that you go for these. Get them while you can, because the fashion is for this type of UV nail lamp, which, although it will do a tiny stamp, as I proved in a previous video, it does not have the LEDs all over the place. Some of them possibly do, but you have to be very, very careful to buy a lamp that has the right setup of LEDs. So if they stop selling this bigger sort of lamp, then you've got no real choice but to either concoct your own or to go to a professional stamp making machine. But if you do that, you still want these bulbs. So, get these while you can, because if they're only making them to go in that sort of machine, then it's going to be difficult to get them in future. So yeah, that's my bit on lamps. As I said, my lamp isn't a branded one. I'm going for a completely unbranded one this time round as well. It's costing me all of, I think it's about €10, including delivery on Amazon Prime. So that's what I'm hoping to do. Fingers crossed that it's large enough for me to get all my bulbs in and that I can get my glass plates in. If not, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Bye bye.